It's finally here, it's done. This is the new Blue Dogs 5510 Reef Hopper. We're also going to include a full cost rundown of the 5510 Reef Hopper, fully specced out, drive away from Blue Dog's shed. All right, here are some of the specs. We got 150 litre fuel tank and it does 1.5 nautical miles to the litre, top speed of 40 knots at which we can actually sound ground.
So I'm standing next to our 5510 Reef Hopper. It has a true length of 5.5 metres. Its overall length is 6.2 metres. Beam, 2.2 wide. So heaps of room in this boat. Heaps of fishability, massive, massive deck space for such a little boat. When you see the boat up next to our Prado, the boat absolutely dwarfs it.
What's going on is Jane's making me lay like a ridiculous. It's got an overall weight of 1,800 kilos. Oh my God, guys, we chose not to go for any railing. All right, so we chose not to go for any railing on the top here. We found that it got in the way. We think the boat looks way sleeker without it. And if we want to tie the boat up, we can just use the cleats.
Here we have an AMR TM265 low-high transducer. On our old tinny, we had a 3-in-1 transducer, which is like a poverty pack. It could read ground okay, but it was very hard to pick up fish, especially if you're going anything over like 5 to 10 knots. So now we've got a bit of the Rolls Royce here. When we're going at 20 to 25 knots, we can mark ground, pick up fish, turn around, find the lump, fill the boat with them, easy to go. So with the low high frequency, we use the high about 150, 200 meters, and then you can use the low up to 1,000 meters. So as we've just got some new electric reels, we're going to be really testing this out deep, trying to pick up some 8-bar Hapuka in those deeper depths and see what we can sound down there.
Here we've got some underwater lights. They're an ocean LED, super, super bright blue. The squid love them, but we'll mostly be using them to catch bigger pelagic fish on the trawl. They've got 2 functions. They can just be on or they can have that bit of a strobe happening. For the motor, we went for a 140 Suzuki, super quiet and really good fuel economy, and it gives us a top speed of 40 knots. We've always had Yamaha, but apparently all the professional fishermen are using Suzuki, so we've given that a try. We had Elusive Signs and Graphic Addiction wrap the boat in our favourite colour, which in their catalogue is called Satin Key West. We also went for a silver pinstripe and white border up the top here. Andre painted the top of the hull and the centre console in a white gloss colour, which makes the turquoise really pop. And then we had Elusive Signs and Graphic Addiction wrap the seat box and the bait board in a white gloss colour as well. We are pumped with how this turned out. That sounds shit.
Come on, let's go. Get it up, get it up.
Come on, Eddie. We are frothing out on this boat. It turned out so good. We absolutely love this colour. This has been my favourite colour for ages. So good to see it on a boat. Cannot wait to see it out on the water. And yeah, we're so happy with how it turned out. It is a true head turner. The amount of comments we've had on this already, people are loving it. Yeah. Andre's already had requests of exactly the same boat colour.
So we've got the centre console fully decked out here. We've got a 16-inch Simrad sounder, which has been on my wish list for a very long time. We wanted as much room as we could afford to help us sound up fish, or when we're heading out to sea, show all the lumps, use that map nice and easy. It's all set up with deck wash, bilge pump. We got lights all around the cabin, a really bright one that pushes right back onto the bait board. So if you're fishing at night, you can use that to light up your jigs, but also see everything that's going on. Nav lights up the top, and then we've got a full speaker system hooked up by Eco X gear. So we've got a massive sound bar up top, and then we've got 2 6-inch speakers either side of the cab. We've got a head unit, which can all be linked up and controlled remotely. You can light them up, disco, all different colours. Speakers super, super loud. Handheld VHF by Eco X gear which is perfect for us because it's going to free up more space on the deck and we can keep it in the cab.
We chose to go for this EVA flooring that Aqua did for us. The colour is called Holly and Teak, so the teak's the brown, the holly's the white. We got this all through the boat, so all on the flooring, cast deck, side gunnels, top gunnels, even on the roof of the boat and the back deck as well. We got these cute little doggy prints running all around to remind us of whiskey whenever we're out. We got a fish ruler up here on top of the cast deck, which actually might not quite be big enough for all the donkeys we've been catching lately. It's 1 metre long. Aqua get all their flooring from UDEC, which is a New Zealand-based company, so they manufacture the actual flooring. It's known for being really good quality. Aqua come to you and they fully 3D scan the whole boat, and then that way they can make a design and you can fully customise it however you want. You can pick wherever you want the ruler to be, the pictures, the logos, all that sort of stuff is fully customisable to however you want the boat, which is really cool. We chose to go with Aqua because we'd seen other boats have their flooring and had it recommended to us from quite a few people. They've just all said it's really good quality and stands the test of time. Once we contacted them, they came out to us, scanned the whole boat up, sized it up, or you can take your boat into them, and then you start the design process. So you work out where you want the logos, where you want everything to go, and then work with them. It's fully customisable. They've got a big machine at their shed that stencils it all out from the flooring, and then they apply it all on site. We also chose this sort of flooring over anything like a carpet because it just looks way sleeker, easier to keep clean, it's nice under your foot. You can't get hooks and fish guts stuck all through it like the carpet in the old tinny. So yeah, we're really keen to test this out and see how it goes. So I'm sitting on this big chair that we got put in as well. Can easily fit 3 people along here. Nice and comfortable, soft, cushiony. You can put the backrest at the back or you can flick it forward to the front if you want to spot out the back of the boat. Underneath it's this big box. We reckon it's about 200 litres. You can fit whatever you want in there. You could use it as a fridge, you could use it as storage, you could use it as anything really. Little latches here to lock it all down. Twig debated getting this seat or not for a long time. He wanted more room to fish out the back of the boat. He wanted a big open plan. Andre and I convinced him. Sometimes we go out 3 hours to get to the location and then we're there all day. You just need to sit down sometimes. Plus, Andre had already put it in there and I don't think he really wanted to take it out. So we definitely convinced him on that, but yeah, nice and comfortable, big seat in the middle. 2 little cabinets here, so one either side of the boat for the safety gear. So this one's for the fire extinguisher, other side's for the EPIRB. Stuff that you need to have on hand and also frees up the rest of the boat to store fishing gear pretty much. Come to the back of the boat now. We've got our what is this called? Come to the back of the boat now, we've got our bait board, so we filled all the fish up here, store the bait if we need. 5 rod holders off the back of that, and then some more little storage underneath. Then we've got our 2 hatches here for more storage. So this one is where we put like our phones and stuff that we don't want to get wet. There's also our UHF that we keep in here. We went for the hands-free option just so we can use it anywhere around the boat rather than have it attached to the console. Charging points in here, so USB port there as well. Charge your phone while you're out or charge drone batteries, camera batteries, whatever. And then underneath here is our dual battery system set up, DC to DC. Yeah, all nice and compact in that little area so you can check if anything's going wrong. At the back here, built into the floor, we've got the kill tank. So good little handle on here so you don't step on it. Lift that up. We've just been keeping the fenders in there for now. Not waterproof, so keeping anything in there that you don't want to get wet. But nice bit of extra storage there. Another little hatch here for some more storage. We've just been using this for rubbish. By the looks of it, Andre's been here, a couple of empty rum cans in there. We added this cage to the back of the boat. Andre recommended this to us actually. Just increases how much you can fish out of the boat. It's really good to cast from and a bit more fishing room. We put a rod holder in here as well so you can troll right off the back. On either side of the boat, we've got 3 rod holders, all strategically placed at certain angles so that we can use all of them for trolling without getting everything tangled and making a mess. We've also got a stubby holder or a drink holder next to each one. This has been an absolute game changer. We've been storing lures and things in there so that everything's nice and neat when you're moving around the boat. We've been jigging a fair bit lately and having these cup holders has actually been so good. When you've got the jig still on the rod but you want to move the boat, you can just leave the jig attached, chuck it in the cup holder, move the boat around. It doesn't fly all over the place, making it dangerous with the actual sharps, but also just keeps everything really neat. 2 big hatches up under the cast decks. There's heaps of storage up at the front here. You can fit everything in here. We've got all our fishing gear, mattresses, cooking gear for any island missions, any overnight stays, heaps and heaps of stuff. Way more storage than what we're used to having in the tinny. The only negative of having all this storage, Twigs just filled it all up with fishing gear, which I knew would happen. Another storage area down here with a little latch, so things that you don't mind getting wet, so your ropes, tow lines, fenders, that sort of stuff. Another little hatch at the front of the center console, which is waterproof to keep everything in here dry. It's also got all our charging ports for phones, drone, camera, anything like that. Extra storage underneath the console, which we've actually been debating what to put in here. I'm thinking a little fridge to keep snacks and drinks cold and fish if we catch any. What do you reckon? Should we put a shelf, a fridge, esky, keep it as dry store? Leave us a comment, let us know what you think.
I'm standing here with Andre, the owner of Blue Dog Boats. He's just finished making this 5510 Reef Hopper. He's going to tell us a little bit about his boat range and the other works they do at Blue Dog Boats.
So at the moment, our range consists of anything from a 2.8 car topper all the way up to 12 metres. We're fully customisable to suit any of your needs. That includes seat box arrangement, flooring, colour of the boat, motors, whatever you want. And we can get it out the door in a nice package for you.
So they're not limited to only boating. They're doing industrial work, mining, any little knickknacks that you want welded on,
Yeah.
put them in the door.
Yeah,
Trailers.
anything outside of boat building, anything to do with the aluminium we can do.
About the telltale.
Yeah, you can, someone on the jetty, you can fucking...
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
That's random. So about a month ago, we had a 4.2 metre Quintrex Renegade, which was an absolute beast, and we were just starting to plan our next trip up north. I was thinking about getting a bigger boat or just upgrading the transducer and sounder system on our tinny. But then I ran into Andre and he had a little proposal for us.
So we originally built this boat for ourselves, well, myself and my missus, and then we ended up giving it to Twig and E from Unprofessional Travellers, just to get our name out there, see what one of these boats can do all around Australia.
So I was at the Perth Boat Show. I was sick at my job just to go for a few days, and probably best sickie I ever took, because the day before the show, Andre sent a message and just said, "Hey mate, love what you're doing. Do you want a fully custom boat or do you want one that we've got waiting ready to go?" I said, "Oh, better catch up for a beer and have a chat about this, mate."
So we did.
So caught up with him and all his family at the boat show. We went out for dinner afterwards, had a few beers, and yeah, all got on like a house on fire. Came up with a plan that's going to work for both of us, but obviously the big thing with this thing is getting it around Australia, getting it seen and getting the Blue Dog name out there, and how good the boats are, how far you can push them, and yeah, the kind of true toughness is going to be the test of us taking it all the way around Australia and seeing what it can do.
Yep, for little fish.
If it falls apart, we'll just cut all that out of the footage.
If you love this rundown of our boat, like and subscribe, and stay tuned for all our crazy adventures as we take this boat all around Australia, reef hopping, fishing deep, diving, and exploring this beautiful country.